right, crew. Welcome back to another cursed culinary adventure. We're deep in the Chromatic Mire today, a place that smells like a burnt candy factory mixed with a lightning storm. The bioluminescent gloom casts long, shifting shadows around us. Leela's analog analyzer is practically screaming, its needle twitching like crazy. This is the sensory bio-morning I told you about, a signature sign for our next impossible ingredient. I'm setting up the portable induction burner now, right here on this patch of ground that looks solid. But watch closely. See those shimmering residues? They're like spilled paint, but alive. The earth beneath my boots feels strange. One moment it's firm, the next it's almost giving way, liquefying into dark, viscous puddles. I almost lost my footing just now. A small slip, but enough to make me hesitate. A metallic tang coats my tongue, cutting through everything, even my cursed palate. It's a constant reminder of what we're up against. This is where the Splat-Zone Pigment hides, a substance that promises to challenge my taste blindness like never before. The ground reforms quickly, leaving behind a faint, sweet-sour scent that wasn't there a moment ago. It's almost playful. Did you guys catch that shift in the air? Or is it just my nose playing tricks? All right, crew, Abe here, live from, well, this place. Look around you. These aren't just pretty lights. We're in a field of what Leela calls chromatic dust blooms. See that glimmer gecko? It phases in and out, a ripple of dark smears, avoiding the brightest patches. Leela, still sketching those evasive patterns? My job? Figure out what these shimmering pigments are. My nose is already picking up something sharp, like ozone and burnt sugar, but with a metallic tang underneath. I'm going to try and collect a small sample. This heat-resistant spatula should do the trick. I'm reaching for that cluster right there, the one pulsing with a faint violet glow. My skin's already tingling, a low hum, like static electricity building up. It feels wrong, just a tiny bit. The pigment feels like fine, dry sand, but it resists the scoop, almost pushing back. As it touches the metal, the tingling on my hand flares. It's not just my skin now. My tongue feels coated, a sudden, overwhelming taste of pure, raw static electricity, like biting into a live wire. My vision blurs, the colors around me shifting, vibrating with impossible intensity. It's not just taste blindness anymore, it's sensory overload. Did you guys see that shimmer around my hand? What just happened? All right, crew, Abe the Cursed Chef is back. And today we're diving into something truly vibrant. The air here smells like ozone and fresh paint, thick with a strange, sweet chemical tang that makes my nose tingle. We're standing on slick, glowing surfaces, surrounded by pulsing, gelatinous clusters of what I'm calling Splat-Zone Pigment. It shimmers with every color imaginable, like a living rainbow. My reinforced tongs feel heavy in my hand, ready for our first acquisition. I lean in, carefully extending the tongs towards a particularly large, throbbing cluster. My breath hitches slightly. This stuff looks unstable. Just as the metal touches its surface, the pigment reacts. A viscous neon green blob erupts, splattering directly onto my forearm. I gasp, pulling back instantly. The cold hits first, an icy shock that spreads through my skin. Then, disbelief washes over me as my arm begins to melt. It turns into an inky, dripping puddle, cold and strangely heavy, pooling on the ground. Leela's urgent hand signals flash from the corner of my eye, her expression tight. She points to her bioscanner, then makes a rapid, downward motion, indicating intense cellular decay. The metallic taste in my mouth, usually a dull hum, now screams, sharp and alarming. A searing pain shoots through my arm as the puddle slowly, agonizingly reforms itself. flesh knitting back together. My skin feels stretched, raw. What just happened, crew? What kind of pigment does that? All right, crew. Abe here, live from the edge of reality. And today, we're diving deep into the heart of instability. Our makeshift kitchen, a strange blend of salvaged tech and ancient glowing stone, still vibrates with echoes from the last portal jump. I carefully isolate a singly shimmering speck of the newly acquired pigment, placing it into this small, heat-resistant crucible. My old recipe notes, stained with past failures and triumphs, lie open beside me, detailing the precise steps for stabilizing such volatile substances. The air around it carries a sharp, metallic tang, like ozone after a lightning strike, mixed with something sickly sweet, almost like burnt honey. The speck pulses erratically, a tiny internal sun that immediately warps my vision, bending the lines of the counter and blurring Leela's frantic movements. For a terrifying moment, I feel a disorienting sensation, as if my own body is dissolving into nothingness, a cold dread washing over me. I almost drop the crucible, my grip tightening instinctively, my knuckles white. Leela, your thermal gauges are screaming, aren't they? Her frantic adjustments confirm it. This pigment is highly reactive, even to the ambient warmth of this room, making controlled integration a delicate, dangerous dance. This isn't just cooking. It's a tightrope walk over an abyss, where one wrong move could unravel everything. What do you think, crew? How do we tame this unpredictable beast? All right, crew. Abe the Cursed Chef here, deep in the Mire lands. The air is thick with damp earth and a strange metallic tang. We're witnessing a mire stalker, a predator demonstrating pure vibrational mastery. See its approach to that shimmering pigment cluster? Usually, it erupts into a blinding ink puddle, but the stalker's low, rhythmic hum keeps it calm. Its movements are precise, almost a dance, a silent symphony of frequency. Leela's sound frequency detector goes wild, confirming exact sonic patterns. Every subtle shift ripple she's logging. I'm meticulously sketching these insights into my recipe notes, refining my strategy for purifying this ingredient. My hand is usually rock steady, but then a deep resonant hum starts, not from the stalker, but within my teeth. It vibrates through my jaw, a phantom taste of concentrated, raw ink floods my mouth, sharp, bitter, like metallic ocean. My pencil hesitates, a line wavers slightly, a small mistake. This isn't just observation, it's crucial data for breaking my curse. Did you feel that strange resonance, crew? That deep, internal hum? All right, crew, welcome back to the portal's edge. Today, we're making our second acquisition attempt for the elusive void ink. Remember that ancient crumbling stone archway? The air here still shimmers with strange glowing symbols, humming with forgotten magic from last week's unpleasantness. My specialized sonic dampener is charged, a low thrum vibrating through its polished casing. This pigment nearly turned my hand into a permanent inkwell last time. I extend my arm, focusing my will, refining the vibrational technique. My fingertips hover just above the swirling, obsidian pool of raw pigment. It feels like liquid shadow, impossibly cold, pulling at the very essence of my skin. A sharp, icy sting shoots up my arm as I activate the dampener. The pigment struggles violently, a dark, swirling vortex attempting to breach the containment field. It tries to turn my hand into pure, unadulterated ink. My professional nerve holds, but a subtle tremor runs through my wrist. For a fleeting moment, the dampener almost slips from my grasp. The containment unit locks with a soft click. a faint blue glow confirming the field is stable. We got it. But my hand, it throbs with a deep, cold, inky sensation, a lingering trace of the pigment's raw power. It feels like the darkness is still seeping into my veins. What do you think, crew? Is this void ink ready for purification? Or will it stain our next recipe with something far worse than flavor? All right, crew. Abe the Cursed Chef is back, and today we're tackling something truly vibrant. My portable kitchen hums with the familiar glow of our purification lamps, casting strange shadows on the raw squid ink pasta in this bowl. It's a hyper-real black, almost too dark. I hold my custom-made mortar and pestle, the heavy stone cool, in my hands. Inside, the stabilized Splat-Zone Pigment shimmers a deep electric blue. This stuff came from a portal that smelled like fresh paint and ozone, remember? I begin to grind, a steady, rhythmic pressure. The pigment breaks down, releasing a fine, almost invisible dust into the air. As I work, I notice the raw pasta next to me. It's not just sitting there. It subtly undulates, a slow pulsing movement, and the black deepens even further, absorbing the light. Leela points to her chemical analyzer, a small, worried frown on her face. The screen flashes, showing rapid, unexpected molecular bonding. She gestures towards the air around the bowl. I lean in, inhaling deeply. I smell the faint, earthy scent of the pasta, the clean, mineral tang of the pigment. But Leela's expression tells me something else is happening. She mouths ink taste. I try again, focusing, but I get nothing. Just the familiar, frustrating blankness where flavor should be. It's blooming in the air, she insists, a phantom taste I can't perceive. What do you think, crew? Is this pigment reacting too fast, or is my curse just getting stronger? All right, crew, listen up. Today, we're tackling something truly unique, pulled straight from the deepest, darkest corners of the unknown. This isn't just any pasta, it's ink squid pasta, our next step to breaking this curse. My portable induction burner hums, a tiny beacon against the swirling, bioluminescent fog that always seems to cling to this place. I watch the specialized, temperature-regulating pot intently, stirring the dark, swirling noodles with my steel tongs. The mire surrounding our setup, usually a thick, alien sludge, begins to shimmer. Patches of it ripple, dissolving into pure, inky blackness for a split second, then snapping back as if nothing happened. Leela's environmental feedback alarms blare, a sharp, digital cry cutting through the damp air. She's confirming the reality-bending effects, just as I suspected. I hesitate, my grip on the tongs tightening. This isn't just a visual distortion. The aroma rising from the pot. It's intensely umami, a rich, savory depth, but overwhelmingly metallic. It's so strong, it's not just a smell, it's the smell, pushing out every other scent, every hint of the swamp, every trace of our own camp. My nose feels full, yet empty, a strange, unsettling void. Did anyone else feel that shift in the air? Or is this just the pasta messing with my senses? All right, crew, focus up. This is it. We've purified the ink squid from the shifting mire, a place where the very ground breathes with a faint, bioluminescent pulse. You can still feel the damp chill in the air, right? The air here always smells faintly of ozone and something metallic. My tasting spoon, perfectly balanced, holds the first bite of our ink squid pasta. The noodles are a deep, shimmering violet, almost black, glistening under the strange light. I inhale deeply, trying to catch any hint of flavor, but nothing. Just the familiar, frustrating blankness. I hesitate for a fraction of a second, the spoon poised. Then I take the bite. A strange coldness floods my mouth, not unpleasant, but utterly alien. My vision blurs. My entire body shimmers, dissolving into a controlled, dark ink puddle, zipping across the uneven ground faster than thought. I reform a few feet away, a rush of adrenaline making my heart pound. Leela, ever vigilant, quickly scribbles down the spatial displacement data, her pen scratching furiously. A cold, inky residue coats my tongue, a phantom taste that isn't taste at all. My spatial awareness feels stretched, like the world just snapped back into place a little off-kilter. That felt wrong. Did you catch the exact distance of the displacement, Leela? All right, crew, another portal, another impossible ingredient. Leela's device barely held it together, but here we are, standing on ground that feels like stacked, textured cubes. The air here shimmers with a soft, internal light, reflecting off the glowing, geometric flora all around us. My skin still carries that dark, iridescent sheen from the Splat-Zone Pigment, a constant, subtle hum beneath my chef's coat. The faint, inky taste at the back of my throat is a familiar companion now. I pull out my purification crucible, its ancient bronze cool and heavy in my hands, ready for whatever this world throws at us. This new ingredient, I'm calling it a prism bloom. It pulses with a soft inner light, like a captured star. Its petals feel like polished glass, yet they flex with an organic, almost rubbery give when I press them. I carefully position the bloom over the crucible, my obsidian knife glinting. The blade hums, a low vibration against the crystalline structure as I begin to slice. For a split second, my entire arm blurs, skipping into a partial ink puddle, almost dropping the bloom right into the glowing soil. I regain control, a small tremor running through me. The bloom doesn't bleed sap. It releases a fine, shimmering dust that smells faintly of ozone and something intensely sweet, like spun sugar. The dust coats the air, making the geometric leaves around us pulse brighter, almost in sync with the bloom. It settles on my tongue, and for a fleeting moment, the inky taste is gone, replaced by a pure, concentrated sweetness that I haven't experienced in years. Then it vanishes, leaving only the ink, stronger than before. Did you notice the environment reacting to the dust, crew?